Cancer, yes, you, stop. Do not scroll past this. Because what I'm about to tell you about this person who has been circling your energy, who has been watching you from a distance that feels both too close and too far, this person does not care about the years between you. They do not care what anyone says. They do not care about the number, the judgment, the whispers. They want you, only you, and something is about to shift around the 16th of August 2026 that will make that undeniable. But here's the part that might make your chest tighten. They've been fighting this, fighting you, fighting themselves, and they are exhausted from pretending they don't feel it. If this is already hitting something deep in you, drop a comment and tell me where you're watching from right now. I want to feel your energy in this space. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Trusted Tarot, because what's coming for you in this reading is not something you want to miss. Let's talk about how you actually found this video. You might think it was just a random click, just another swipe on your feed, just the algorithm feeding you another tarot reading to pass the time. But Cancer, we both know that is not how the universe operates. The algorithm is simply the modern oracle. It is the digital manifestation of your higher self pulling you toward the exact frequency you need to hear right now on this specific day, August 16th, 2026. Your spirit guides have been working overtime, rearranging the digital ether, making sure this exact message bypassed the noise and landed directly in your lap. You were meant to be here. You were meant to hear this now. There is no such thing as an accident when it comes to matters of the soul, and especially not when it comes to this specific person who has been occupying so much space in your heart. Think about the sheer statistical impossibility of you clicking on this exact reading for your sun, moon, or rising sign at this exact moment in mid-August, right as this massive planetary gateway is opening. Spirit does not waste energy. If you are listening to my voice right now, it is because your soul has been screaming for validation. You have been questioning your own sanity. You have been wondering if the connection you feel is real, or if you are just projecting your own deep desire for love onto someone who might not feel the same. I am here to tell you, with absolute spiritual certainty, that you are not crazy. The tether between you and this person is real, it is thick, and it is currently vibrating with an intensity that is about to change everything. But before we get into what they are about to do, we need to talk about what this massive energy shift has already been doing to you. Because long before your logical mind accepts a truth, your physical body registers it. And Cancer, your body has been absolutely screaming at you for the past few weeks. You have been experiencing this strange, fluttering sensation in your chest, sudden drop in your stomach that happens completely out of nowhere, usually when you are just sitting still or trying to focus on your work. It is not anxiety. It is energetic anticipation. Your nervous system is picking up on their energetic shifts before they even manifest in the physical world. You have been waking up early, suddenly jolting awake at 3 or 4 in the morning, feeling wide awake with a strange sense of urgency, as if someone is calling your name in the silence of the room. And then there is the restlessness. That deep, unshakable tension that settles right between your shoulder blades or locks up your jaw. You catch yourself holding your breath when you look at your phone. You are checking your screen 100 times a day, waiting for a notification, text, call, just a sign that they are thinking of you. When the phone stays quiet, the disappointment physically aches. You have been unusually emotionally sensitive lately. Haven't you? Things that normally wouldn't bother you are suddenly bringing you to tears. A sad song, commercial, memory of a conversation you had with them months ago. It all hits you with the force of a tidal wave. This is not weakness, my beautiful Cancer. This is your energetic field expanding. Your heart chakra is blowing wide open to receive the magnitude of what is coming toward you, and your physical body is just trying to integrate the massive voltage of this soul tie. But the physical symptoms are only half of the story. The real confirmation, the undeniable proof that this person is energetically entangled with you, is happening when you close your eyes. Let's talk about your dreams. Let's talk about the subconscious realm where the ego cannot lie and where the absolute truth is laid bare. You have been having dreams about them. Vivid, cinematic, emotionally exhausting dreams where you are interacting with them as if no time has passed, as if the distance or the age gap or the silence between you simply does not exist. You wake up from these dreams with your heart pounding, sometimes with tears on your pillow, feeling the ghost of their touch or the echo of their voice so clearly that it takes you a full minute to realize you are alone in your bed. And it is not just the dreams. It is the intrusive thoughts that hijack your mind in the middle of the day. You are trying to focus on your career, you are trying to manage your money, you are trying to handle your daily responsibilities, and suddenly, a flash of their face pops into your mind. A memory of the way they looked at you, a specific phrase they used, you smell a fragrance that reminds you of them, or you hear a song that was playing when you were together, and it stops you dead in your tracks. These are not random coincidences. These are energetic pings. This is their energy reaching out across the ether, tapping you on the shoulder, demanding your attention because they cannot reach you in the physical realm just yet. You have also been seeing the signs, haven't you? The synchronicities are becoming almost overwhelming. You look at the clock and it is always 11:11 or 2:22, or you keep seeing their birth date, or the number of their life path on receipts, on license plates, on random pieces of paper. The universe is literally waving a flag in your face trying to get you to pay attention. You have been feeling this profound sense of anticipation, beautiful, terrifying hope that you have been trying to suppress because you are terrified of being disappointed again. You have built up walls. You have told yourself to move on, to focus on your own life, to protect your heart. But your subconscious knows, your soul knows that the story is not over. The delay was never a denial, it was an incubation period. And as this hope begins to bloom inside you, as you finally allow yourself to believe that this connection is not just a fantasy, you need to understand what has been happening on their end. Because while you have been feeling the physical and spiritual symptoms of this bond, they have been fighting a war inside their own mind. Now, I want you to take a deep breath and step out of your own mind for a moment. I want you to step into theirs. While you have been lying awake, wondering if you are foolish for holding on, while you have been analyzing every text, every silence, every glance, this person has been fighting a brutal, exhausting war inside their own head. They have been trying to use logic to solve a spiritual equation. They have been looking at the years between you, looking at the different life stages, looking at the expectations of society, their family, and their own internal critic. They told themselves that the age gap was too much, that the timing was wrong, that it would be easier to just walk away and find someone who fits neatly into the conventional boxes the world has built. They tried to convince themselves that what they felt for you was just a fleeting infatuation, a temporary spark that would eventually burn out if they just ignored it long enough. So, what did they do? They tried to distract themselves. They threw themselves into their career, chasing money, chasing status, trying to fill the void with superficial achievements and hollow connections. They went out. They tried to talk to other people. They tried to force themselves to feel something for someone who was supposedly more appropriate or logical on paper. But Cancer, every time they looked into someone else's eyes, they were looking for yours. Every conversation they had with someone else felt like speaking a foreign language. The physical intimacy felt empty, the laughter felt forced, and the moment they were alone again, the silence of their room was deafening because it was not you sitting across from them. The universe simply would not let them forget you. Every time they tried to build a wall, their soul would come in the middle of the night and tear it down brick by brick. And now we have reached the turning point, the emotional reckoning. The dam has finally broken, and they are standing in the floodwaters of their own truth. They are realizing that age is nothing more than a construct of the human ego. The soul does not have an age. Energy does not carry a birth certificate. They are remembering the exact way you made them feel safe, seen, electric, and profoundly understood in a way they have never experienced in their entire life. They are looking back at the time they wasted trying to fight this connection, and a deep, heavy regret is settling into their chest. They realize that by trying to protect themselves from the judgment of others, they were actually starving themselves of the one thing that made them feel truly alive. They are shedding the fear. They are stripping away the need for external validation. They are looking in the mirror and finally admitting that they do not care about the number. They do not care about the whispers. They just want you. They are rehearsing what to say, drafting messages in their head, deleting them, and rewriting them, terrified that they have waited too long, terrified that you might have finally moved on. Now, I know exactly what you are thinking. I know your heart is beating a little faster right now. You are desperate to know exactly what they are going to do. You want me to tell you the exact words they're going to say, the exact time they're going to call, the exact moment they're going to show up at your door. But I need you to pause, and I need you to listen to my voice very carefully. I cannot give you the final reveal just yet. I am not holding out on you to be cruel. I am delaying this reveal to protect your heart. Because if I just drop the outcome right now, without giving you the full context of their internal transformation, your ego will take over. Your past pain, your fear of being hurt again, your trauma from past relationships where people said one thing and did another, will distort the message. If you do not understand the sheer magnitude of the war they have fought and lost against their love for you, you might receive their outreach with defensiveness instead of openness. You might react from a place of old wounds instead of divine receptivity. This is not going to be a casual text asking how your weekend was. This is not a breadcrumb thrown your way to keep you on the hook. This is a soul-level confession, and you need to be in the right energetic state to receive it without sabotaging it. You need to understand that when they finally break the silence, they are not just reaching out, they are surrendering. Before we cross the threshold into the final reveal, before we look at exactly how this is going to manifest in your physical reality over the coming days, we need to seal this energy. This is a sacred, pivotal moment in your timeline, and you must be an active participant in your own destiny. I want you to anchor this vibration right now. If you are ready to receive this profound love without the heavy baggage of the past, if you are ready to step into your worth and accept that you are deeply desired, I want you to subscribe to Trusted Tarot right now. Join this community of souls who are stepping into their power and claiming their divine partnerships. And I want you to go to the comments right now and type, I am ready to receive. Do not just think it, type it. Let the algorithm, let the universe, and let your own subconscious mind know that you are no longer waiting in lack, you are receiving in abundance. By typing those words, by making that commitment, you are shifting your frequency. You are no longer the person begging for closure. You are the magnetic force pulling them inches. You are aligning your personal energy with the cosmic gateway of August 16th, 2026. Now that you are anchored, now that you understand the absolute clarity they have reached, we can finally pull back the veil and look at the specific action that is about to change everything for you. Here is the main reveal, Cancer. Here is exactly what is about to break through the silence and enter your physical reality. This is not going to be a casual, low-effort text message asking how your weekend was. This is not a breadcrumb thrown your way just to keep you on the hook or to stroke their own ego. What is coming toward you is a profound, unfiltered, soul-level confession. It is going to arrive in a way that catches you completely off guard, likely during a quiet moment when you have finally stopped checking your phone, perhaps late at night when the world is asleep, or early in the morning when the house is still. It might be a long, deeply vulnerable message that you have to read twice to fully process, or it might be a voice note where you can actually hear the tremor in their voice, the slight hesitation, the raw emotion that they can no longer hide behind a screen. They are going to address the exact thing that has been standing between you. They are going to look the age gap, the timing, the societal expectations, and their own internal fears dead in the eye, and they are going to dismantle it all. They are going to tell you that they have tried to walk away. They are going to confess that they tried to convince themselves that the years between you were an insurmountable obstacle, that they tried to force themselves to fit into a more conventional, predictable mold, but they are going to admit that every time they tried to let you go, the universe pulled them right back. They are going to tell you that the number does not matter, that the judgment of others is entirely irrelevant, and that the only thing that makes sense to their soul is you. This is the outcome you have been praying for, the outcome tease that your intuition has been whispering to you in the quiet hours of the night. They are not just reaching out to talk, they are reaching out to claim you. They are stepping out of the shadows, shedding the fear of what other people might think, and they are asking for a real, undeniable, committed connection. They want you, and they want only you, without any caveats, without any hiding, and without any apologies for the depth of their feelings. But Cancer, as beautiful and as overwhelming as this revelation is, I need to give you a very specific, very crucial piece of emotional guidance. When this message finally lights up your screen, when you hear their voice or read those words, your nervous system is going to spike. You have spent so much time in the waiting room of this connection. You have spent months, maybe even years, building up emotional armor to protect yourself from the disappointment of their silence. You have rehearsed what you would say if they ever came back. You have practiced being cold, being distant, being unbothered. And when this profound confession arrives, your ego, your trauma response, is going to scream at you to put that armor back on. You might feel a sudden, intense urge to ignore the message for a few hours to make them wait. You might feel the temptation to reply with something sarcastic, or short, or defensive just to protect your own heart from being vulnerable again. I am asking you, as your guide in this moment, to pause before you react. Do not let the heavy, defensive energy of your past pain distort the pure, new message that is arriving right now. If you react from a place of wounded pride, if you try to make them pay for the time they spent fighting their feelings for you, you risk fracturing this incredibly fragile, newly formed bridge between you. They are coming to you with their heart completely wide open, stripped of all their defenses, terrified that they have waited too long and that you might reject them. If you meet their surrender with a shield, it will trigger their deepest insecurities and push them right back into the fear they just fought so hard to escape. This is your behavioral instruction for this divine window. Receive them clearly, not defensively. Let the message land. Take a deep breath. Feel the truth of their words without filtering them through the lens of your past disappointments. You do not need to punish them for the delay. The delay was the fire that forged their certainty. Meet their vulnerability with your own graceful, grounded receptivity. You might be sitting there wondering, why now? Why is this massive shift happening exactly around the 16th of August, 2026? Why didn't they realize this 6 months ago? Why did they have to put you through the agony of the silence, Cancer? You have to understand that in the spiritual realm, timing is never accidental, and it is never early, and it is never late. This specific window in mid-August is energetically ripened. We are moving through a powerful astrological corridor, where the fiery, ego-driven energy of the sun in Leo is illuminating the hidden, subconscious corners of their psyche, forcing them to look at what truly brings them joy and pride. And as we prepare to shift into the grounded, practical, service-oriented energy of Virgo season, they are realizing that love is not just a feeling. It is a practical, daily choice to show up for the person who matters most. The silence you endured was not a punishment. It was a necessary incubation period. If they had come to you before this exact moment, their commitment would have been shaky. They would have still been fighting their internal battles, still worrying about the age difference, still looking over their shoulder at the opinions of others. The universe kept them in the waiting room until their ego completely burned out. The delay was the very mechanism that created their absolute certainty. They had to experience the profound emptiness of a life without you to realize that no societal rule, no number, and no external judgment could ever outweigh the peace and the passion they feel when they are in your energetic field. This divine window is open right now because both of you have done the internal work. You have been healing, expanding, and raising your vibration, and they have been breaking down, surrendering, and stripping away their illusions. Your frequencies are finally matching. The bridge is built, the waiting is over. I need to speak directly to your heart right now, Cancer, because I know how incredibly tired you are. Beneath the hope, beneath the anticipation, beneath the sudden rush of adrenaline you are feeling right now, there is a deep, bone-weary exhaustion that you have been carrying for months. You have spent so many nights lying awake, staring at the ceiling, wondering if you were foolish for holding on. You have cried tears of pure frustration, feeling like you were the only one fighting for a connection that the rest of the world, and sometimes even this person, seemed willing to let go of. You have felt the heavy, suffocating weight of the age gap, the societal expectations, the whispers of people who do not understand the profound telepathic tether that exists between your souls. You have questioned your own sanity. You have wondered if your intuition was lying to you, if your deep, spiritual longing was just a trauma response, if you were projecting a fairy tale onto a reality that was never going to happen. I am here to look you in the eyes, through this screen, across time and space, and tell you that you are not crazy. You are not foolish, and you are absolutely not alone. The universe saw every single tear you shed in the silence. Spirit recorded every moment you chose to keep your heart open when it would have been so much easier to close it off and become cynical. Your capacity to love this deeply, to hold space for a soul connection that defies conventional logic, is not a weakness. It is your greatest superpower. In a world that is so incredibly superficial, where people swipe and discard, where people hide behind numbers and status and fear, you chose to love bravely. You chose to trust the unseen. And this person, this beautiful, complicated, deeply awakened soul who is currently rushing toward you, recognizes that rare, magnificent light in you. They know that what you offer is a once-in-a-lifetime sanctuary. They know that your heart is the only place they can truly rest. You are safe now, Cancer. The war is over. The waiting room is empty. You can finally put down the heavy armor you have been wearing and just breathe. But before you go about your day, before you check your phone again, before you step back into the busy, chaotic energy of your career and your daily life, we need to anchor this massive energetic shift into your physical body. Anticipation is a beautiful, electric feeling, but if it is not grounded, it can turn into anxiety. We need to seal this frequency so that when they do arrive, you are standing in your absolute power, not trembling in your past. Painches, I want you to do this with me right now. Wherever you are, whether you are sitting in your car, lying in your bed, or taking a quiet moment in your home, I want you to gently place your right hand over the center of your chest. Feel the physical beat of your heart against your palm. Feel the warmth of your own skin as this heart has been through so much. Yet it keeps beating, it keeps hoping, it keeps expanding. Now, I want you to close your eyes and take a deep, slow breath in through your nose. As you inhale, imagine breathing in the pure, golden, unapologetic light of this divine window, the exact energy of August 16th, 2026. Draw that certainty deep into your lungs, let it fill every cell of your body. And as you exhale through your mouth, release the gray smoke of doubt. Breathe out the fear of judgment. Breathe out the need to control the timeline. Breathe out the lingering belief that you are somehow not enough because of a number on a piece of paper. With every breath, you are clearing the runway for their arrival. Keep your hand on your heart and repeat this affirmation silently in your mind, or whisper it out loud if you are in a safe space. I am worthy of a love that chooses me completely. I am desired without conditions. Age is an illusion of the ego, and my soul knows its perfect match. I receive this love with an open, grounded, and peaceful heart. Sit with that feeling for just a moment. Feel the truth of those words settling into your bones. You are no longer chasing. You are no longer begging the universe for a sign. You are the magnet. You are the destination. This profound, boundary-breaking love is yours, and it is making its way to you right now. To seal this reading, to lock this energy into the physical realm, I need you to take one final action with me. Go down to the comments right now and type the word claim, just that one word. Claim. By typing it, you are signing a spiritual contract with the universe, declaring that you are ready to receive this person, exactly as they are, without the baggage of the past. If this message found you at the exact right moment, if it felt like I was reading your personal diary, share this video with someone who needs to hear it, or simply share it to your own social media to signal to the universe that you are aligned with this frequency. And please, if you haven't already, subscribe to Trusted Tarot and turn on the notifications. We are going to be navigating these massive planetary shifts together, and I do not want you to miss the next update when this connection fully manifests in your physical reality. You have done the work, Cancer. You have survived the silence. Now prepare yourself for the beautiful, overwhelming, unapologetic noise of being truly, deeply, and completely loved. Take one last deep breath, open your eyes, and go live your beautiful life. They are on their way.